Alright, next is the selfie button and the timer button. The selfie one we built before. That's just a media item of a camera. It can count the digital doodle. It's just a matter of doing the same coding with that one. It's the selfie button. It's when selfie click. It does the camera to call camera, take picture. We're not worried about having it stored anywhere. Just wants to do a random selfie in a mix of timing people. So that button is done. The timer button, a little bit longer of a process to it than that, but not just too bad. So this button here, the idea is going to have it where if a single click happens, single clicks will make it add 10 seconds to a timer. So it can add, it's a countdown timer. So you want to go click for 10 seconds, click 20, click 30, click 40, click 50. Then a long click will run the timer from whatever you pick down. So it single clicks adds up, long click counts down. Dual purpose button. Okay. Because we have another timing device, I'm going to add another clock so they won't be mixed up. It's a sensor clock. If you want, you can rename these if you want. I can call this here maybe a stopwatch clock. And rename this one, this one to the countdown clock. That's just so I don't get it mixed up in my brain. Got it. So back to the blocks. Scoot over. So more numbers. Numbers need to be remembered and processed. I'm going to do another variable. And I'll just rename it the countdown time. And it's begin at 0. So I want to have this timer button. So with a single click, it's going to add 10-second increments on my timer. So same way you did for the count me in. The count me in one took whatever that number was on the countdown time, and it added like one student. So count me in, every click you did, it added 1 to the total. So every click we're going to do is going to add 10 to our total. Okay? You can make it in ones, have them count in ones, but we'll go 10s and make it easier for Downing to operate. So every click adds 10. I want to have this also feed that label so it shows it. So I want to have it take the label and set the label text to whatever this here is. So with a click, it's now showing 10. Click shows 20. Click shows 30. Click shows 40. To make it max out at 60, so you don't go beyond 60, it's for easier counting. We'll put a condition in there so it won't go beyond 60. It's one of those if-then blocks. Same way we did this here for the count me in, you couldn't go below 0. I want here so you can't go above 60. That's going to be a math. And I want to be able to have whatever this is. So if this is less than 60, then have the button function. That way I can't go above 60. I can add up to 60. I can't go above 60. All right. If I had it equals to 60, I'd click and get up to 70. So this here works. So this button will work to count up in increments. So test it out, make sure it works. So do a live test, make sure it works. Now I want to have the long click count down. So my timer button, when long click happens, it's going to tell clock number 2 to start. So clock 2, I want to have set timer enabled to go. True. Okay, so clock 2, make sure I have it set right. Clock 2 is countdown timer. Always fires, disabled, counting in 1 second increments. That's good. So single clicks add, long clicks tells it to go. But I want to have my clock also stop when it gets below 60. So if it's less than 60, count. I need an else. Otherwise, turn the clock off. So this gear wheel, I'm going to add an else to give one more condition. If it's no longer, that's a false statement, I'm going to turn my clock off. Okay, single clicks. It'll count 10, count 20, count 30, count 40, count 50, count 60. Turn the clock off. I don't need this here, so scratch that. Never mind. So let's get rid of the else. Okay, we got it. This somewhere else. Got it. All right. Good, 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 good. So clock 2. Clock 2. There it is. So when clock 2 is called, I need it over here. Here we got it. When clock 2 is called, same way the stopwatch worked on the other side of it, this works in reverse. So the stopwatch worked. This is going to take whatever variable it is, which in this case is going to be the countdown time. What's countdown time? Right here. I did 3 clicks. It's 30 seconds. Takes that countdown time, and it's going to subtract 1 off it. So it takes my countdown time and subtracts 1 off of it. Okay? And then it's also going to show that label what it's counting. So again, single clicks, add tens. When it gets to 60, it shuts us down, dead button. 4 clicks, this is not 40. I do a long click, it tells the clock to go. When the clock goes, takes that 40, subtracts 1, shows it. 39, subtract 1, shows it. 38, subtract 1, shows it. So every clock tick, this happens. Tick, tick, tick. All right. Here I want to have it stop at 0. The count me in, couldn't go below 0. I want to have this stop at 0. I need to have an if then. So I want to have this where this is the then. If is going to be this math one. I want where if this is this case greater than 0, run. So at every number will work up till 0, because 0 won't fire it, 1 will fire it, 0 won't. But 1 is good, because 1 minus 1, it'll show 0, clock dies. Now I want to have that else in there, else. Else set the clock to false. Here we go again. So for my clock 2, which is my timer, it needs this here. I get a global variable. I call mine countdown time. Start at 0. Single clicks, add 10, and show. This here just says at 60 stop the button from working. A long click makes the clock true, meaning go. When clock is called upon, it counts down. So it says take your current time, subtract 1, take current time, subtract 1, over and over until we get to 0. At that point, turn the clock off for false. Countdown timer is almost ready. I need to have the reset button also reset it. So dual purpose. Where's my reset button? Right here. The same clear button, we're going to have this button here. Reset this for stopwatch and reset this for timer. Dual purpose. So I want to have my stopwatch button clear, do this, Plus, it's going to do some more stuff. I'm going to duplicate that block and that block and have the stopwatch time go to 0, label 1 go to stopwatch time, and the countdown time go to 0, and then show the countdown time. I might just change that up a little bit, pull these things off. Because I'm going 0.0, I'm going to have it show 0.0. So I'm going to show 0.0 just to make dialing less confused. Like, why is my clock so weird? I'm just going to go 0.0 and 0.0. Alright, so one more time from the top, for the stopwatch timer. The timer itself. You need a variable for the timer, single clicks, add tens, stopping at 60. A long click tells the clock to go. When the clock goes, it counts down by ones until it gets to 0, which it stops and kills the clock. And then the reset button clears the stopwatch time and the countdown time. Timer is now functional. Test it out.